It's been 15 months now since the Silver Valley was rocked by the news that one of their native sons had died in a cave-in at the Lucky Friday mine.
Well, Larry Pete Merrick was killed after he was buried under a pile of rubble that is larger than a locomotive. It was the first fatality at that mine in more than 20 years. And tonight, Merrick's family is voicing their concerns about the decisions made by mine managers that investigators say led to Merrick's death.
KXY4's Jeff Humphrey was at Merrick's father's home in Pinehurst today. And what are relatives saying, Jeff?
Well, they concede that mining is a difficult and dangerous way to make a living. So far, 20 American miners have already died on the job. But the Merricks also say Lucky Friday manager should have never removed the pillar of rock supporting the tunnel where the Merricks were working in the process of doing so, traded safety for profits. April 15, 2011, Larry Merrick and his big brother Mike had hopped on this hoist and were lowered more than a mile below the surface. The pair were working at the opposite ends of the number 15 stope when Mike heard a strange sound.
All of a sudden I heard like a bunch of air, like a woof. You know, that's all I could hear in my ears. And then it got dusty.
As alarms in the hoist control rooms went off, Mike pushed through the cloud of dust looking for Larry.
I ran back in there hollering for him and he didn't answer. Then I ran back out down the slot yelling for him because I thought he might have been where we park our jumbo.
Despite heroic efforts to reach Larry with a pair of rescue tunnels blasted out of solid rock, no one would ever see Merrick alive again. In this photo, you can see just the beginning of the cave-in that buried Merrick in debris that fell down from the already mined tunnel above him. Both brothers worried about removing the pillar that supported the roof they were working under.
Because that pillar's the support beam for the whole stope. And when you go along and start taking the pillar out, you're taking away all the roof support.
Hecla officials say the pillar was removed because of a vein of silver that ran down either side of the support. The Merricks claim they expressed their safety concerns to a company geologist.
When the pillar was being removed from the beginning, and Larry said, "What if this pillar gets weak?" And they just said it's in the planning.
Now, more than a year later, Mike and his other brothers, who are miners, wish they had done more to challenge taking that pillar out.
We're there we got to make money to live, and I should have said something, because now I got to live with this the rest of my life, thinking that if I just would have said something.
Hecla officials say they have given up removing support pillars in the areas in the mine where two veins come together. They say new training and safety policies are also in place to prevent future cave-ins, but the Merricks are not satisfied and now have a law firm representing them.
All right.